Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to knit a super simple light and airy lace mesh pattern. It is only has a 3 stitches repeat and is just 2 rows tall. Before we start, if you enjoy this tutorial, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. To make this pattern, you will need to cast on a multiple of 3 stitches plus 2 edge stitches. I've cast on 32 stitches here, and we will start with the setup row. Keep in mind, this setup row is only worked once at the very beginning and is not part of the actual pattern repeat. First, slip the edge stitch without knitting it. For the next stitch, we are going to slip it with yarn over. Make sure your working yarn goes over the right needle. After that, knit 2 together. And we just repeat this all the way across. Slip 1 with yarn over, then knit 2 together. Slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. Slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. Keep working this way until you reach the end of the row. And the very end. Work your last knit 2 together and knit the final edge stitch. This is our setup row done. Now let's move on to the row 1 of our pattern, which is the wrong side. Slip the first edge stitch. Next is the stitch that was worked as a knit 2 together in the previous row. We are going to slip the stitch with yarn over. Next, you'll see a slipped stitch and its yarn over from the row below. We will purl these two together. By the way, I'm using the standard Western Continental purl here. And we just repeat this pattern to the end. Slip 1 with yarn over, purl 2 together. Slip 1 with yarn over, purl 2 together. Slip 1 with yarn over, purl 2 together. Again, slip 1 with yarn over, purl 2 together. And once more, slip 1 with yarn over, purl 2 together. 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 For the final stitch, knit your edge stitch. That is row 1 complete. Next, write 2, which is the right side of our work. And again, slip the first edge stitch, slip the next stitch with yarn over. Next, we have the slipped stitch and the yarn over from the previous row. Knit these two together. Repeat the sequence across the row. Slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. Slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. Slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. Just keep repeating this easy step. Slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. 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 Once you reach the end, knit the final edge stitch. And that is it. We work the setup row and our 2 pattern rows. From here, you just keep and repeat row 1 and row 2 to grow your fabric. You don't need to repeat the setup row anymore. Once you work at a few rows, you will get this beautiful mesh where vertical columns of knit stitches are joined by these lovely diagonal spars. This is the right side, and if we flip it over, the wrong side looks very neat too. with a completely different but equally interesting texture. If you want to knit this pattern in the round, you just cast on a multiple of 3, no edge stitches needed, since you will be always working on the right side instead of purling on the first rows. You will simply knit these 2 stitches together. So every round is just slip 1 with yarn over, knit 2 together. Finally, if you want to transition from this mesh to another pattern, like classic stockinette stitch, without losing any stitches, here what you do. Simple knit all the stitches across, treating the yarn over as individual separate stitches instead of knitting them together with the adjacent stitch. So you can easily switch over to plain knitting. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, for your likes and for subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye for now.